be ruled out, but the overall threat for severe storms appears low at this time. More thunderstorms are expected late Wednesday and into Thursday. A few storms could be severe. Damaging winds, large hail, and isolated tornadoes will be possible. In addition, locally heavy rainfall may lead to more minor flooding of low-lying and poor drainage areas. Spotter activation is not expected at this time. Here is your area's open water boating forecast. Wind gusts may be higher. Wind advisory in effect from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time Tuesday. Tonight, slight chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms after midnight. Mostly cloudy. Windy. Lows in the lower 50s. South winds 15 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 20%. Tuesday, windy. Showers in the morning. Isolated thunderstorms through the day. Showers likely in the afternoon. Cloudy in the morning, then clearing. Highs around 70. South winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation 90%. Tuesday night, windy. Becoming mostly cloudy. Lows in the upper 40s. South winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Wednesday, a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Mostly cloudy. Windy. Highs in the mid-70s. South winds 15 to 20 miles.
All right, my friends, what is going on, everybody? And welcome back here to another live stream on this amazing day. Hope everyone is doing all right out there. Glad to have you guys here for this amazing Monday evening. Anyways, my friends, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Like I said, we have a lot of stuff on the table here with this upcoming event here that's expected to drive a lot of nasty weather, ranging from snow to severe storms. So it is definitely going to be a pretty nasty day here, basically for Wednesday and Thursday. So we're gonna definitely have to really have to be on the lookout. Let's go ahead and see who is here for today. We have ourselves. I'm gonna scroll all the way back. We had a cool man we were talking to. We have Crystal Miller. We have Haley. We have Bond. We have Emily. We have White Wolf. We have let's see here. We also have ourselves Ben Taylor, Jonathan, Mark. What's up, everybody? Hope all of you guys are doing all right out there. Once again, glad to have everybody here. Is Dallas, Texas okay? Well, you guys are definitely at risk here for severe weather coming in on Wednesday. It's going to be pretty nasty for the Dallas potential area, or the area stored there. And as you can see here on the future models, guys, this is the NAM 3-kilometer model. So first of all, we have the system that's kicking off here for tomorrow. Could drive some thunderstorms, actually. There's a pretty well-defined cold front that is expected to drive its way through the Dallas region. I'd say that could honestly probably bring some storms for the region tomorrow. Obviously, a big old snow event on top of this system. You know, obviously for areas of North South Dakota, for Minnesota region. Here you go. Here comes all the snow. For tomorrow, yeah, look at that. That's a beast of a storm here. I mean, really impacting most of the eastern areas of the Dakotas, into areas of western and central Minnesota, then tracking its way off here. And then we got some more snow moving in towards Oklahoma, portions of Kansas, and moving through Kansas City region, turning to snow, and that is for the beginning of the big event. That is for the big one. So like I said, we basically just have this little guy moving through tomorrow, no big deal, maybe causing some snow for the north, and then we have this guy. This one's going to be the nasty one, and then there's going to be some nasty storms moving through there. But anyways, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. Let's see here. Let's see. Future meteorologist Mia says, "Hey, what's up? Hope you're doing good." Lewis says, "Hello. What's up?" James says, "Hi from Michigan," with a cold face. What's up? Brady says, "Hi. What's up, Brady?" Tornado Clip says, "Yo, what's up?" CSX says, "Hi. What's up, my friends?" Spencer, what's up, everybody? Hope all of you guys are doing all right. So let's see. Wait, is Central Texas okay? Says Brady. So we're just going to lead right on into the Storm Prediction Center because without any hesitation here is the current risk we have for Wednesday. Like I said, obviously, we're going to move into today. Today, there's really nothing going on here. Tomorrow, we have a little marginal risk here. Possibility of a few thunderstorms. Maybe perhaps a few severe storms could be possible here. For portions of basically eastern Kansas, northwestern areas of Missouri, and a very, very small sliver of southeastern Nebraska might be included with tomorrow's little risk. So, like, once again, tomorrow there's a little thunderstorm, a little severe thunderstorm risk here for the dark green. Once again, really not covering many areas. There is a tornado possibility, 2% chance, which once again is not the end of the world, nothing to freak out for. This is for tomorrow. Damaging winds being possible and hail. So all the concerns are there, but it's in a very small area and it's a very low chance. So once again, nothing really to be too worried about. So that's for tomorrow being Tuesday. But like I said, the big event really starts kicking off here on Wednesday into Thursday. So here we go. Here's Wednesday's concern. Look at that. We got a big slight risk already in effect here, and that's not even the big day. Why is this pulling up here? No, I don't want to do that. But like I said, that's not even the big day. The big day really starts here basically for Thursday. And Thursday, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be impacted. Millions and millions of people being impacted by this. It's just going to be pretty daggone crazy. But anyways, it's actually been a warm winter for Michigan, says James. It has for a lot of people. It really has. Except for that one really cold Arctic blast we had like in December, was it? It was pretty crazy. Luckily, I was in Florida at the time, so I didn't have to deal with that. But it got really cold. But like I said, here we go. So here for Wednesday, we have ourselves those two risks, the marginal and the slight risk here. Basically areas that will be impacted by severe weather on Wednesday. Does include areas of eastern Texas, including the Dallas-Fort Worth region. So keep an eye out for that. If you know anyone towards the Dallas region, let them know. Be like, hey, possibility for severe storms here on Wednesday for these people. So keep that in mind. So Wednesday across eastern Texas, eastern Oklahoma, the entire state of Arkansas, areas of southern Missouri, southern Illinois included, a very small portion of southern Indiana, basically western Kentucky, including the Bowling Green area, central western Tennessee, including Nashville and Memphis, northwestern Alabama, areas here of central and northern Mississippi, including the Jacksonville region, and throughout areas here of Louisiana, basically for the big threat for Wednesday. But look at this. We move into Thursday. We still got basically the same looking outlook here, but still, it is definitely going to be a very interesting day. I really believe that Thursday is going to be like the biggest potential out of this here. Because, first of all, the severe weather threat drives its way extremely far up to the north here. Let's go ahead and bring my pin here so I can actually, draw on the screen and all. But like I said, that severe weather probability drives all the way from the Gulf Coast, literally from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Great Lakes. Like, that is a large distance with severe weather possibilities. I mean, seriously, that is a good, that has to at least be nearly 1,000 miles in length. I mean, straight up just a big line of storms, low pressure system kicking up here, just having a big old cold front, just causing a whole bunch of havoc for severe weather across all the way to southeast Tennessee, Ohio Valley regions. Definitely going to be pretty interesting. So yeah, we're going to have to watch out for that. So obviously here for Thursday's concern is basically southeastern Louisiana throughout literally most of Mississippi here. Same thing for areas of Alabama, western Georgia, western Panhandle here. That is kind of what we're talking about here throughout areas of Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, areas of Ohio and stuff like that. It's definitely pretty crazy there. Mr. Install says, hello, what's up, dude? Hope you're doing good. Rain says, hi, what's up, Rain? Cool says, just like that, to get called out for work. Well, you guys take care and stay safe. Those areas on Wednesday and Thursday. You too, Cole. Well, thank you for joining us. It was good to see you. Absolutely. But like I said, obviously, yeah, here for Thursday, it's going to be quite interesting. Now for Friday, now they have the predictability too low. That does not mean that the potential is too low. It does not mean it's impossible for severe weather to happen. Right now, it's just a little too early to tell. But we do have the big risk here for Wednesday and Thursday. Like I said, starting off on Wednesday, we have a slight risk here, level 2 out of 5, which, obviously that's that. But I do believe that this could be upgraded here essentially by the time Wednesday gets here. Once again, Wednesday being the 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Okay, so we need to be watching out once again across the dark green and the yellow areas. If you guys know anyone across these regions, once again, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, and Oklahoma, you got to be watching out for this because, like I said, there could be some pretty decent impacts here. And like I said, I do believe that tornadoes will be a big concern here. A few stronger storms could yield a localized severe risk. So like I said, obviously we got to be watching out for that. Let's see. Yeah, they talk about the possibility there. Yeah, a lot of energy there. It's moderate instability. So yeah, we're talking a lot of energy in the atmosphere, for supporting overall nasty storms and severe weather as well. So it's just pretty pretty crazy. So we're going to definitely have to keep an eye out there for that. But anyways, but that's that, my friends. That's kind of the Storm Prediction Center's outlook here as of right now. That's kind of what we are looking at here at the moment. So that's just something we're going to need to keep an eye out here for. Now, I tell you what, like I said, there's also the big probability of some nasty storm activity. Or sorry, nasty snow activity with the system as well, in which we're going to take a look here over the GFS. Now, we're going to talk accumulations. I know, like I said, it's still a little bit out, but we are indeed going to talk the accumulations here, so that's something we need to definitely watch out for. So the GFS model, obviously, first of all, has this first system driving through tomorrow. Once again, there's a system driving through here tomorrow for areas, like I said, obviously, for the central country, maybe driving some storms, towards like Texas, maybe Oklahoma, throughout areas of Missouri. Like I said, there is actually that little severe weather risk here tomorrow. We have a little marginal risk here for areas of like, these regions towards Kansas City. Once again, all hazards are possible, but it's a very low concern. I'm not really too worried about it. But this little severe weather system, or this little storm system, drives its way up, maybe throwing a few severe storms. But like I said, the big thing on this guy, the most thing I'm concerned out of this storm in particular for tomorrow, is a possibility for some snow on the backside of that low pressure system. Like I said, for areas of the eastern Dakotas, moving into Minnesota, we possibly could see a decent amount of snow out of this here. And obviously with that second system, this is the big one here. This one's going to be probably drawing a big concern for some snow as well. A little bit more further to the south, areas here such as Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin. That's kind of what we are talking about, a potential of a lot of snow. And moving into Michigan here possibly as well. But then that big old cold front driving those nasty storms literally will reach its way all the way up to the Great Lakes region. Like I said, that's where the severe storms is going to be expected. Literally, for a lot of these areas, is going to be inside of that severe weather concern here. So like I said, most of those areas I just highlighted there will be at risk for possibility of some nasty severe storms here for Thursday. So that's kind of what we got to be really watching out for with this cold front driving through, obviously driving the potential for tornadoes, large hail, damaging winds, I definitely believe is the main concern. Mostly damaging winds and tornadoes, I think, is going to be like the big concern here. So we definitely need to be on the lookout for that. But anyways, but like I said, as mentioned before, a lot of heavy snow could also be, a big probability, for this system here. Once again, for areas here towards like, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, perhaps northern Missouri. Moving into areas of Wisconsin and Michigan. I think snow could be a big deal. And honestly, mixing in with all the winds and stuff that's going to be possible. Like I said, there's some areas that could see maybe 40, 50 mile an hour winds. That brings us to the conclusion that we might actually see maybe some blizzard conditions. That theoretically could be a factor here. With all of this heavy snowfall and all of that stuff, it's just absolutely crazy. Toby says 962 miles from Pensacola to Cleveland. Gotcha. So, yep, huge area. It really is. Yeah, nearly 1,000 miles. Like I said, nearly 1,000 miles from the bottom of that severe threat to the top. That is crazy. Literally going from the Gulf Coast up to the Great Lakes region. Like, that is just nuts. So that's obviously a big concern here. So that's that, my friends. According to that, well, let's go take a look at the snowfall out of this first system real quickly. I know that there's a lot of people who are probably wanting to know what's going to be happening with the snow. Like I said, there is a pretty decent snow system on this as well, in which we got to be looking out here for. So, anyways, so we track our way down here in time with the snowfall accumulation. So this is kind of the latest GFS outlook here. This big streak, maybe about, honestly, maybe 3 to 6 inches, kind of what we are looking about there, kind of on that big long streak there. But once again, this is just a one opinion here, so we're going to need to look at a few other models. But basically, 3 to 6 inches with locally higher amounts, throughout areas of northeastern Nebraska, eastern South Dakota, and cutting right through Minnesota there. Cutting directly through Minnesota there. So that's kind of a big, interesting, interesting thing that the GFS does talk about here. Now, when comparing to the European model here, European's a lot lighter on that accumulation, actually. This first system, like I said, once again, for tomorrow being the Valentine's Day, obviously we have kind of more along the grounds of maybe 2 to 4 inches being possible. Kind of seems to be a big probability, but areas of northeastern, northeastern Minnesota, north central and northeastern Minnesota, like I said, that's kind of where we are seeing the possibility for, like I said, maybe just a little bit more, maybe 3 to 6 inches, locally higher amounts, maybe up to 8 inches could be possible. Once again, that's kind of what this has to say here. Let's see, what's up, Proxy, with a $25 super chat? What's up, Prox? Hope you're doing good. glad to have you here. Saying good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, too. And thank you so much, Proxy. Big double thumbs up, as always, goes to you. Seriously, thank you so much, Proxy. That means a lot, and I hope you're doing really well. But like I said, yeah, we just have a big concern here. There's a lot of stuff to talk about between, the two snows. Like I said, there's 2 shots of snow this week. This is the first one happening tomorrow. Like I said, obviously driving up some nasty storm potential here. Nasty snow potential here for the first system. Now, when it comes to things here between the blend of models, I haven't logged in yet, so let's go ahead and do so. But when it comes to the blend of models here, like I said, we take a look here over at the National Weather Service blend of models with the snowfall and all that fun stuff. Like I said, if you're going to trust any of the models, this is probably the one that you should look at, okay? This is probably the one you should definitely keep an eye out here for. So this one, obviously, like I said, basically mashing a whole bunch of model ideas together. Essentially what this is basically doing is, look at this. I mean, we're talking, a big streak here from northeastern South Dakota throughout southeastern North Dakota and into areas of northern Minnesota. We're talking literally the probability here of maybe, once again, 3 to 6 inches being possible. So I'd at this point say that that's pretty likely, for areas of North South Dakota, the northeastern side, southeastern side, and obviously northwestern side of Minnesota. That kind of seems to be like a pretty, like I said, obviously a pretty good possibility. A pretty daggone good possibility of seeing that. So we're definitely going to need to be watching out for the first snow. But then, like I said, we have ourselves another system. And like I said, that the next system here is going to be the big one. And like I said, this one's going to be bringing a lot of snow. This one's also going to be bringing a lot of severe weather too. So we're definitely needing to watch out for this here. Anyways, so we track our way down here through time. We're going to go ahead and bring out the national view for this one because it's going to be a big streak of snowfall, as you can see there. So first off, we have ourselves, the first line that moves through. Like I said, driving a bit of snow here for tomorrow out of that first little low pressure system there. Once again, mostly 3 to 6 inches for areas of northeastern South Dakota, southeastern North Dakota, and through northwestern and northern Minnesota. Once again, 3 to 6 inches kind of in the forecast. But then you notice a lot of snow starting to pile up over here towards Colorado, and this is for that low pressure system that will track its way mostly here to the east, essentially, basically to the northeast, essentially. Look at this. This one possibly could have a little bit more snow in the form here, obviously in a lot longer of a streak here. We're talking a potential of mostly 3 to 5 inches throughout areas, across that dark blue shaded color. So, like I said, between the blend of models here, these regions right in here, okay, so roughly in these areas here, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, areas of Missouri, portions here of Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Yeah, you guys are kind of in that zone where that dark blue is. That's kind of right where we're seeing the possibility of maybe more 3 to 5 inches being possible, with locally higher amounts being possible there. Maybe a little bit more across western Kansas is a good possibility, according to the blend here. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye out there for that. A lot of upper-level snowfall could lead to locally really high amounts here, maybe up to some several feet in some areas here, which is interesting. Now, when you look at the GFS model here, like I said, if you take a look at the GFS, basically the American model with the opinion on here, this one shows a lot more aggressiveness as compared to what the blend had to say. This one shows those areas that was in that 3 to 5 inches, kind of more in that zone of 6 to 10 inches being likely. So that's kind of a little bit interesting. Like I said, that's obviously a little bit interesting, and that could definitely be pretty impactful, for a lot of people. I mean, that amount of snow, 6 to 10 inches, for some that's not much, but that is enough to cause some pretty decent impacts here, and something we are going to need to watch out for. And that big streak that you see there, basically this one that just moved through, this guy right there, that's the big system that's going to be driving all of this severe weather too across the south. And like I said, not far south of that snow line is where that severe weather is going to be here. Like I said, between all these days here, I mean, essentially, in this severe weather here is going to be kicking up across a lot of the Ohio Valley, potentially across a lot of these regions here. So that's kind of where a lot of the severe weather is expected, mostly in these areas here. In which we definitely have got to be watching out for. So severe weather over here, snow up there. It's just overall a pretty nasty storm system. It's definitely going to be pretty crazy. But that is kind of what we're looking at here. Let's see what they're calling. Yeah, so Calling 5 to 10 inches in Falcon, Colorado. Yeah, that's a lot of. That's a decent amount of snow. I wish I could have that. Honestly, I'd love to see a good a good snow. Robbie says, will any of this affect Georgia? So yeah, no, Georgia is going to get the effect of the severe weather possibility here. And like I said, we take a look here back at the Storm Prediction Center here. This is the risk they have for Thursday. Obviously, the big activity is going to start on Wednesday. So here's Wednesday's risk here across areas. Like I said, across that dark green color, that MRGL stands for marginal, basically level 1 out of 5 severity, higher the number, the more severe. And you have the SLGT, that is the slight risk. That's a level 2 out of 5. So obviously, the areas in yellow has a bigger probability of seeing severe storms. But like I said, that severe weather possibility extends all the way from areas of northeastern Texas, including the Dallas-Fort Worth region. So if you know anyone there, you should give them a heads up. Southeastern Oklahoma, southern Missouri, the entire state of Arkansas is included with this. Most of Louisiana, most here of central and northern Mississippi, northwestern Alabama, central and western Tennessee, including Nashville and Memphis regions, western Kentucky, including the Bowling Green area. Obviously, that's that. South of Illinois and all that stuff. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So obviously we are indeed seeing the possibility for severe weather across these areas. And you might be wondering, well, what does this light green mean? Now that means a possibility of some thunderstorms, but not severe thunderstorms. Like I said, to be classified as a severe thunderstorm, it has to have winds of 58 miles per hour or more, as well as producing quarter-size hail or larger, basically 1 inch in diameter or larger. And obviously, if it drops to tornado, it is considered a severe storm. So that's kind of what that means, is that it's expected to remain outside of that severe limit. However, a few rumbles of thunder cannot be, obviously not be ruled out across that, that light green area. But anyways, that's that. That's for Wednesday. But like I said, for Thursday, we have that really huge risk here, stretching, like I said, literally all the way from the Gulf Coast, stretching all the way up. Someone measured it here. Nearly 1,000 miles, all the way from the Gulf here up to the Great Lakes region. That is ridiculous. And like I said, that's a 15% risk equivalent to that slight risk, that yellow area we have. Yeah, look at that. So that yellow area is equivalent to that 15% risk there that we have here for Thursday. It is just going to be pretty crazy. And like I said, this includes areas of eastern Louisiana, includes a lot of Mississippi. Literally the entire state of Alabama is included with this. It's just pretty crazy. Western Georgia, whoever said that, if Georgia was being affected, yes, Western Georgia is included. This will likely push east as the cold front moves. Areas here of Tennessee, once again, including areas here towards Nashville. Obviously cutting up through, Kentucky and impacting like Louisville, Lexington, those regions actually kind of where I'm at, so I'm going to be impacted by this too. Areas here in southern Indiana, and literally throughout Ohio. I mean, literally cutting out through the major cities here of Cincinnati, going right through Columbus, and then going right up there to Cleveland. So the major cities of Ohio, all of them, the major cities here, once again, Cincinnati, Columbus, and Cleveland. I just realized, why are they all starting with C's? Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland. Anyways, off topic there, but yeah, those areas will indeed be possibly impacted by severe weather. The models do support enough energy to allow for these possible severe storms to occur. So, like I said, with that being said, that's kind of what we're looking at. That's kind of what we are seeing here. So we're definitely going to need to be on the lookout here. Let's see, is there any chance for good storm chase for Ohio? Possibly. Honestly, possibly. Like I said, obviously areas here in Ohio does have that probability of seeing the nasty severe weather. Absolutely. And that leads us to our next thing here. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. We're going to pull up some models here. I think it's time we need to pull up some models and kind of dive on into this event. What do y'all think? So first off, we have, let's see, we're going to look at the GFS really quickly. I want to see all of that energy that's available. So basically, like I said, that's kind of what we are looking at. So here we go. Here is the GFS American model here. Looking over at the mixed layer, or the mean layer instability here, essentially. So we track way down here in time. Like I said, obviously we're looking for these values over 500. 1,000 or higher support some nasty severe weather. And look at this. We're seeing these values here, according to GFS, over 1,000. But look at that. All of that energy, as you can see, tracks its way up into areas of Ohio, cutting up through areas of, obviously through the Tennessee Valley, moving up into Ohio. There's enough instability maybe to pop off a few severe storms here. Honestly, the GFS are really not showing too much. Up there towards Cleveland, we're talking a decent, maybe a little bit of instability being available. Nothing too crazy, but Thursday's going to suck for northeastern Ohio, isn't it, says Proxy. Possibly. I mean, you are in the risk. You are in that risk area. You know, honestly, if you would have asked me this, I would not be surprised if that severe weather risk here gets pushed down a little bit. Maybe topping out towards like Kentucky. That's kind of what I'm possibly think could happen, but you never know. Well, right now, I mean, areas in Ohio is still at risk. You know, obviously we're going to keep an eye out there for that. But like I said, I mean, there is enough energy there. You know, we're talking a lot of thunderstorm energy, especially across like eastern Texas for Wednesday. For basically like really late Wednesday, that's gonna be pretty. That's gonna be pretty crazy. You know, that's gonna be quite nuts, in which we definitely have to watch out for that there. But anyways, that tracks this way obviously east here. Absolutely nuts, and a lot of energy will be in the forecast here. But yeah, that's just kind of what we're looking at. So we definitely need to keep an eye out there for this. Let's see. The next thing we look at is those winds. This is the most concerning part, and this is what I'm a little bit interested, a little bit worried about, not going to lie. So we have all that energy that moves through here. Let's see, this is not that far out. We might have the mid-range models talking about this now. Okay, so here you go. Here, so this is what the NAM model has to say. So we have all of this energy that's here for forecast hour 63. So all of that really strong energy, like throughout Louisiana here for like early Thursday. That moves through. Let's see, the 850 millibars. This is basically those lower level winds here. Talking 30, 40 knots of shear. That might be enough. Maybe drop a tornado here. See, the winds are kind of moving in the same direction here, though. I don't know. The NAM model's been showing a lot of differences compared to things. Let's see. It's quite interesting here. Let's see. But yeah, we have this big old trough moving through. Let's try this instability here for later on here. Yeah, no, you can really see how that energy moves its way up here into like areas of, you know, Kentucky and throughout Ohio and stuff like that. I mean, it does have all of that thunderstorm energy tracking all the way up towards Cleveland. I mean, look at that long line you see there. That's all thunderstorm fuel, essentially. Like I said, this is basically the food that is, you know, that these storms eat up in order to live, essentially. And there's a decent amount of it. You know, mostly across the areas here, you know, eastern Texas, you know, Louisiana, Arkansas, those regions. But it's just a little bit interesting here. Now, on top of that, I do want to pull up the European model's opinion here on that instability and all that stuff. Because, like I said, you know, just looking at it, one or two models is not really the best thing you can do. We need to look at a lot of these models here in order to discuss, you know, what we possibly can see here. MLK, obviously all that energy. Yeah, I've noticed that the European model has been pretty aggressive when it comes to all of that thunderstorm energy here. I've seriously noticed that is a big probability. Like, so we track our way down here in time. Look at this. According to this, like I said, according to that, essentially all of this areas here, they said over 2,000. Once again, only 1,000 is needed for, like, you know, a decent severe weather event to happen, and we have nearly 2,000, which is basically overkill here. We got a big turn in the winds here in the atmosphere that could obviously kick off a few tornadoes. So a little bit interested in that here. Areas in like southern, I mean, even the coastal areas here of Texas, you know, south of Houston and towards that Houston area, I think that could be, you know, upgraded here. I kind of do. I mean, the upper 60 dew points supplying a lot of moisture at the surface. For thunderstorms and obviously for the threat of you know, tornadoes too. The winds aren't as strong as some other areas, but I do believe a few tornadoes could indeed happen towards areas of coastal Texas. Definitely looks quite probable. Then all that energy moves its way up here. Yeah, obviously for Thursday, according to the models, there's not as much energy available as like there is for Wednesday. So, but let's see. This is the European model. This one shows, yep, all that instability moving up north towards areas of Kentucky. Interesting. Yep, has it moving up there. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it has, so kind of towards me. It's not really too much. I mean, not as much compared to like these other areas in Texas. Yeah, I think areas in like Texas and yeah, Texas, like Louisiana, Arkansas, I think that might be like the big areas, you know, of multiple nasty storms here. Let's see. We're going to switch on back over to the precipitation type and rate here. High resolution. Let's see. So there we go. We have this big line firing off. So there, right there. So you see that? It's kind of hard to see, make out there. But that right there, that's the main cold front. That's that main line of storms, that squall line that's likely moving through. And it shows a lot of prefrontals. Basically a lot of little, a lot of storms popping off ahead of that cold front. Maybe firing off some, some supercells possibly. And, all of that fun stuff. It definitely looks possible. Let's see here. Scott Clark, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here, my friend. Let's see. Is there anything for zip code 13421? Let me actually, first of all, I need to restart this real quickly, this program, because like I said, it's stupid sometimes. So let's get that up and running. Go ahead and load this back here. And hopefully it'll, there we go. So you want me to take a look here at a zip code of 13421. Yeah, we'll do zip codes, my friends. Like I said, obviously anything to make sure you guys stay safe out there, or at least to help in any way I can do, yeah, let me know. Let's see this. So this is in New York. So honestly, New York, it probably won't see much of anything. The only concerns I would have to say possibly for like New York, it might be a little bit of rain out of this event here. But other than that, really nothing too much. Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at. But yeah. Hey guys, feel free to throw down some zip codes if you would like for me to look at this. Let's see here. Can I check Dallas, please? Yeah, of course. I can do that for you. So we take a look down here towards the south. Obviously, I know where Dallas is at. Oh, not in Canada. That's for sure. Not in the north central U.S. either. There we go. South Central U.S. There we go. So yeah, like I said, there's going to be a lot of energy in effect for Wednesday. There's going to be a lot of that energy that will be there for basically Wednesday. And look at this. It shows a lot of... You see that big line there? That right there, my friend, that's the cold front. So that's going to be where the main line of storms is going to be. And you notice how there's a lot of little pop-up cells, ahead of that. Like I said, those are those prefrontal systems. Like those little... Like I said, obviously, what we're looking at here, those are basically those little cells that fire off before that main front. So even these guys can throw tornado potential. So that's kind of a bit of a concern here. But anyways, let's see. Hi there. Hope you're okay. I like to listen to your... All right. Well, thank you so much, Karen. I'm doing all right, and I hope you're doing good as well. Let's see here. Can I check for Kansas City? So, Haley, like I said, we have that little marginal risk there for you tomorrow. Meaning, obviously, nothing too crazy, to be honest, for Kansas City there. But there is, like I said, with this other system that moves through, maybe a little bit of snow could be possible, mostly just north of you from what it looks like. But, yeah, tomorrow, just a little probability of maybe just a few thunderstorms being possible. Nothing too much. Let's see. Once I'm back to work, continue to support your awesome weather channel, says Scott. Well, thank you so much, Scott. You don't have to do that, though. Like I said, just having you here already supports us, so thank you so much. Let's see here. Could I do 51250? Absolutely. So let's see. So this is across areas of Sioux Center, Iowa. Let's see. So obviously Sioux Center, Iowa being basically northwestern Iowa here. So that's kind of what we're looking at. All right. I got you. So areas here in Iowa, I know that you guys are definitely going to be quite impacted here by this system coming up. So obviously we have, this first system that moves through, like I said, tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a system that's moving through. You're going to get some rain tomorrow out of this, so that's just, kind of what we're looking at. On the backside, maybe a little bit of snow for like for the northwestern side. You're in Sioux Centers. You might see a little bit of snow out of this tomorrow. I wouldn't get your hopes up really for it, though. However, out of that secondary system, a lot of snow to your south looks possible. So, yeah, that's that. But honestly, it really looks like you're dodging a bullet here. But like I said, honestly, though, models, if this low-pressure system gets bumped up a little bit to the north, it's like say that low-pressure system gets bumped up a little bit more, then maybe, obviously, that snow line could reach near you. Possibly. It depends. But I'd say watch out. You probably have a low chance for snowfall, but a lot of that snow will be impacting, obviously areas of Iowa. Kind of a little bit more south for you, though. Let's see. Ivan says, thanks, no problem. Emily wants me to take a look here at 47304. Absolutely. Yeah, no problem. So this is across areas here of, this is in Indiana. So yeah, Muncie, this is northeast of Indianapolis. Like I said, there you go. You can see it right there, northeast Indianapolis. So when it comes to your impacts here, my friend, for you, if we track our way down here in time, so first off, first system moves through, maybe a little bit of rain out of this here, like obviously for, kind of basically late 14th, so late Valentine's Day. It's just a quick little system that drives through. You might get a little bit of rain out of this. However, that secondary system, you might be in the possibility for a few strong to severe storms here. Now, they do, if you look at the Storm Prediction Center here, they do have kind of your area inside that 15% risk. So I'd say it's theoretically possible. You could get a few strong to severe storms here, maybe for Thursday. So, yeah, it's something to watch out for. I mean, I'd keep an eye on it. Absolutely. So just stay safe out there, Emily. Just keep an eye on the weather for Thursday. That's kind of what we're looking at. Thank you so much, Andrew. You're the best weatherman ever. Oh, thank you, Haley. Really appreciate it. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm bummed that the snow is south of me. But, I mean, we could use the rain, and my grandparents could get the snow then. Well, there you go. That is that. Absolutely. Like I said, once again, any zip codes you guys have, feel free to let me know. Like I said, we're here for you. We want to make sure you guys are staying up to date, you know, especially with the crazy old system we're dealing like this. Holy cow. Dude, this system's going to be pretty crazy. Like I said, it's going to be driving a lot of snow. It's going to be driving a lot of rain, too, and a lot of severe storms. So, like I said, everybody, I want to make sure you guys are staying safe out there. So, once again, if there's any specific area, like I said, if you're not, you know, comfortable, I know there's people that are out there that don't like giving out their zip code. I get it, but if there's even like a portion of a quadrant of a state, like say you don't want to say exactly what town, but if you want to know where, you know, nearby could be affected. For example, just say like northeastern Kansas, and I'd be like, okay, well look up here, kind of maybe towards Topeka, maybe Manhattan, depends on where that's at, and I could just show you kind of a general idea of what we possibly could see here. But like I said, that's that. So once again, if you don't feel comfortable as a zip code, like I said, I get it, I totally get it. Just let me know. Like I said, we're here for you. Let's see here. I'm from Ontario, says Scott. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Lindy says, just hopping on. So glad you're live. Well, obviously glad to have you here. Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Lindy wants me to take a look here at 47122. Absolutely, no problem. So this is across areas here of Indiana. Oh, you're close to where I'm at. Yeah, you're, like I said, I'm on the other side of the Ohio River. I'm up here in Oldham County. But you're pretty close to me. But anyways, but yeah, for you in southern areas of Indiana, you are at risk for severe storms here on Thursday. So definitely keep an eye here for Thursday. You know, obviously that's something we're going to need to watch out there for, Lindy. I'll show you really quickly. Like I said, the Storm Prediction Center basically, you know, has a pretty big risk here for our area on Thursday. As a big cold front's going to be moving through. Probably some, probably some nasty storms could be possible nearby. So keep that in mind. It's possible. So obviously stay safe out there, my friend. When it comes to the timing of this event, though, that's something I also want to talk about here. Let's switch back to our local area here. We'll pull up Kentucky and Tennessee. It should have Indiana. There we go. So for the timing here, as an estimate, first little system moves through tomorrow. Once again, nothing too crazy. But look at this. Maybe a lot of, wow, that shows a lot of scattered thunderstorms kind of early for the 16th, before that cold front moves through. Kind of shows that cold front moving through around midday, maybe a little bit like towards like 3 to 5 p.m. Will I be live streaming for this system, says Scott? Yes. My girlfriend's actually coming to Louisville here tomorrow. She's going to stay with me the whole week. But the 16th, I'm taking off in order to stream for you guys. Which, like I said, obviously that's Thursday. So, yeah, Thursday I'm going to be here for y'all. I'm going to try to do something about Wednesday to be live. Probably won't be able to be as live as much on Thursday because obviously I want to spend time with her. But yeah, obviously for it's Thursday. I saw my Wednesday. So for Thursday I'll be live. Wednesday probably not so much. But I'll try my hardest to do what I can do. About 30 minutes away from you. There you go. Absolutely, that's pretty close. Any snow for western Michigan, says Blake. So Blake, if we take a look over here towards Michigan, I tell you what, there is a pretty good chance for some snow here. I've actually seen this on the models. First system rolls through, maybe there's some rain, but look at this. The big system rolls through. Yeah, we're talking a potential for a decent amount here. Obviously could theoretically be possible here. Could I give a time? Probably sometime afternoon. Maybe anywhere from 1 to 3, maybe. It just really depends on what time the storms, what time the storms kick off there. But look at that. But yeah, for areas here towards, Michigan, I mean, we're talking a good amount here. A decent amount of, heavy snowfall. Kind of looks like it's starting around, starting to move into areas of Michigan, maybe around kind of around noon or so. And then leaving by like a little bit after midnight. Kind of looks like the timing on that. Anyways, but that's that. Let's see here. CSX wants me to take a look here at 45011. All right, sounds good. This is across Hamilton, Ohio. Okay, this is in Cincinnati, or basically right on the outskirts of Cincinnati. So, like I said, we do have that severe weather risk here for Cincinnati. That 15% zone. That's the big area for Thursday. So watch out for Thursday here. Anyways, but on the timing side of things here, obviously for the areas here down in the south, we'll go ahead and grab Ohio right now. So there's Cincinnati. Once again, the timing of first little system moves through. The timing of the main cold front kind of seems to be maybe around kind of late afternoon, early evening from what it looks like. It looks possible. But that's that. Let's see here. But that is that's kind of what we're looking at there. Thank you all. I really like this weather community. Y'all are so nice. Well, thank you, Caden. That's really appreciated. Yeah, I'm definitely really thankful for the weather community we have here. You guys are awesome. I love y'all. And obviously, whatever we can do to make sure y'all are keeping on top and staying up to date, we're gonna do it. Like I said. Obviously, like I said, I've grew up. I've loved weather. I've grew up with the weather. I've done a whole bunch of stuff with it. Observed it, storm chased, a whole bunch of things. And, obviously, I really I enjoy tracking this, and I obviously enjoy helping out the public, too, the general public and stuff like that, to obviously, help save potentially as many lives as possible. I mean, like I said, that's the whole goal of this channel, is obviously to, help out as many people as we can, because weather can always be very uncertain. Weather is definitely crazy. Like I said, we have all these tools here that we can use to maybe get an idea what things could look like for you. Let's see here. Chicago snow totals with question marks, says Benny. So we're gonna pull up the blend of models here for that, because like I said, obviously this takes mixed model opinions, so this is probably the one you should trust the most. However, areas here towards Chicago. Let's see. We'll do regional view here for you. If we go ahead and pull up the winter weather side of things, total snowfall. Let's see here. So there we go. So we track our way down here in time. We obviously move through. Now, this is actually, I remember looking at this yesterday. So areas here towards Chicago is kind of in that boundary of maybe 1 to 3 inches. Could be possible. Do I think that the cap will hold over Dallas-Fort Worth on Wednesday /night? I don't think so. Honestly, I really don't. We track over here back to a lot of these main models. We'll look at the European model really quickly just to show you an example of things. Like I said, obviously, whenever we take a look here over at the mixed layer convective inhibition here, really, I mean, it really doesn't show too much of a too much of a break here. I mean, there's some areas here that's really not, obviously nothing too crazy. I mean, there is some areas that does have a high cap there, but that's also a lot of areas that does not have that instability here. But yeah, no, I really don't think that cap's going to be a big problem. With that cold front moving through, I think that we essentially could see a freely roaming atmosphere. I mean, there is, however, a little spike here, but I really don't think that that's nothing that this cold front can't break right through. No, I really don't think so. I think this will be fine. Let's move a little bit more south here. Yeah, cap's a little stronger there. I mean, it might be a little bit of something, but I really don't think, though, that the cap is going to be a big issue. See, yeah, NAM does show a break in that cap there towards Dallas, kind of in the, essentially there for the early morning hours. It breaks that cap there. So I think we're good. For the storms to fire off here, no big problems. Let's see here. Did Andrew happen to talk about northern Indiana about any severe weather? Says K-Day. So for areas of Indiana here, I'll go ahead and show you real quickly. Here's the risk here for Thursday. So we obviously have ourselves, like I said, there is no active storm prediction center risk here for areas of Indiana. I think you're too far north for that possibility there, because I think that instability is just going to track just to your south and move its way up towards northeastern Ohio. Like I said, as of now, they have the most peak point of that severe weather ending in basically Cleveland, which is kind of what we are seeing here. Obviously, that's kind of what we're looking at. So obviously, cutting through Cincinnati, cutting through Columbus, and then cutting right through Cleveland there. But I think that that instability, that overall energy for thunderstorm production is going to remain just to your south. So obviously, that's kind of what we're seeing here. Just says thank you, no problem. Yeah, no problem at all. What I think that the tornado parameter STP is. So, like I said, that's basically just a mix of a bunch of stuff to look at here. However, I don't know if the ECMWF does support that. I know GFS does, at least on this website. Let's see here. We got supercell composite, but we want to look at the parameters here. We'll just use the GFS here for that. Anyways, let's see here. Tornado parameter. Here we go. STP, significant tornado parameter. So this, let's see. We track way down in time here. So obviously, okay, this is that first cold front that moves through tomorrow. Maybe a little tornado probability. Really nothing crazy. I'm not worried about it, honestly. Not enough instability. However, the second system, though, yeah, northeastern Texas, that's kind of what I was thinking of. You know, where that instability kind of breaks there. Yeah, that area could possibly see something. I'm just kind of cherry picking the sounding here, though. Just to kind of see what, you know, the worst theoretically looks like here on the models. It's not really pretty. I know you guys can't really see that too well, so I'm going to break this out a little bit. We're going to move that over. Hey, look at that. So that's the hodograph. Obviously, you see how it's kind of hooking like that? That means there's a bit of spin in the atmosphere, essentially, between the lower levels and mid-levels. So basically here towards the ground, the winds are screaming to the north. And as you go up towards like airliner level, they change their directions to the northeast. And you can see that on the hodograph showing that you know, that wind direction and speed change on one graph there, essentially. But yeah, anytime you see a big hook like that, you know, anytime you see something like this on the hodograph, that supports the winds does support the possibility for some tornadoes, yes. But yeah, that looks possible there. And obviously that threat moves its way eastward. And you can see how that, you know, that tornado probability moves its way throughout the southeast. You know, areas for like, Mississippi, you know, there towards Alabama. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's all there. It is all there here. I mean, showing that possibility of maybe a few tornadoes happening even towards, you know, Ohio. You know, possible. Let's see here. Let's see here. So I'm going to scroll down the latest comments here. Let's see. How much snow do I think that Lincoln, Nebraska will receive, says Drew. That's a good question. So let's look at that. We're going to switch back here to the blended models. Like I said, I really like to just briefly look at the blended models here, since it's not biased to just one model opinion. Like I said, this one obviously uses, a lot. But you said here for Lincoln, Nebraska. So let's actually localize this to Nebraska here. So obviously Lincoln, Nebraska being on the southeastern quadrant. With the total snowfall, once again, this is not, an official forecast, but per se, this is an idea of what things could look like. So, out of the system here towards Lincoln, honestly, it's kind of looking possible around 2 to 4 inches. Maybe some locally higher amounts, maybe near 5 could theoretically happen, but it looks like Lincoln, directly north, is a big cutoff line, essentially. You're on that strong gradient, how it goes from literally maybe 3 inches to around an inch in less than a 40-mile span from you. So, with that being said, I would range on 2 to 4 being possible. That's something to look out for. Or perhaps maybe even 1 to 3 with, basically more of 1 to 3 with local accumulations up to 4 inches being possible. But other than that, that's kind of what the majority of the models are saying here. Now, the GFS, the major models go a little bit more crazy, as you can probably tell. This is why I don't look at one in particular model here. Yeah, Lincoln showing around 4 to 8 inches, maybe locally higher there. But I wouldn't trust off of that. And then the European model here is a lot different and only showing maybe, once again, maybe 2 to 4. So I would roll with 1 to 3, with 4 being possible, but I would say, based off with the GFS and everything like that, is just crazy. Can't trust those. Yeah, I know a lot of people, I'm not saying, but they just specifically rely on one model. And when it comes to meteorology, that is something you cannot do. You got to get all the opinions and compare and contrast their similarities and differences, and obviously figure out, what the differences are, and kind of analyze that, But that's for that. Let's see here. Have the bad storms hit the south yet? Not yet. Katie, that's supposed to happen on starting Wednesday, which I'll go ahead and show you really quickly. Back here to Wednesday's concern. This is the Wednesday outlook here. I'll bring this back to the Storm Prediction Center. So everywhere across that dark green and that yellow shaded color, that is where that severe weather probability is. So, like I said, if you guys are across, the yellow, that's kind of the bullseye area, the biggest severe weather possibility here for Wednesday. Basically across, northeastern Texas, right there towards Dallas, Fort Worth region, southeastern Oklahoma, cutting right through Nebraska. Did I really just say Nebraska? Not Nebraska, Arkansas. Why did I call Arkansas Nebraska? Okay, anyways. Once again, northeastern Texas, southeastern Oklahoma, all of Arkansas, there we go, southern Missouri, western Kentucky, southern Illinois, basically central and western Tennessee, areas of northwestern Alabama, and throughout areas of central and northern Mississippi, and a lot of Louisiana. So that's that. But anyways, that's kind of, that is kind of what we are looking at here. Let's see. So what else here for Lincoln? We haven't issued any winter weather advisories. Some type of. Do I think that? Let's see. Do I think that that's due to not having a lot of agreement since they haven't? So. Okay, so typically with the winter storm watches, they typically issue those 24 to 36 hours out before the storm happens, I believe, something like that. At the moment, let's see, we actually, we have a few of these, I should probably line up the screen a little better for you guys. We do have ourselves a few watches, just north of you. However, like I said, though, you're not in that risk right now, but probably tomorrow you might get a watch of some sort, maybe a watch or warning, we'll see. But look at this. I just now realized all of these areas in the brown, those are all wind advisories due to some pretty strong winds. That's crazy. I really haven't looked at the warnings and watches here that much today, and oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, a lot of places are getting some strong winds here. Wind advisory in effect, high wind warnings for these kind of more brighter yellow-ish, kind of golden color, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's some crazy stuff there. Let's see. Do I think there'll be an upgrade to Scott? Possibly, I do. Will it go moderate risk for Nashville, Tennessee on Thursday, says Golden? I don't think so, no. Like I said, obviously Nashville, your biggest concern here is kind of for portions of, Thursday. At most, probably enhanced, but I'm going to have to say maybe sticking with that slight. That's what I think. But we'll see. We'll see how that happens. I mean, I could obviously get up there, but I don't think, as of now, from what I'm seeing, I don't think a moderate is going to be issued. I don't know. We'll see. I still need a little bit more support to lead up to that, essentially, Still need a bit more support. Hack says, here's a nice like for Andrew, taking his time for us. Everyone give a like for Andrew. Well, thank you so much, Hack. Really appreciate it. I think I've called Arkansas and Nebraska before. I don't remember for this. Yeah, I always call states different than what they are every once in a while. Like I said, I know my states. Literally, I could take the test a million times. I get 100% on each one. But it's just that sometimes, the same, like it's like for Missouri and Minnesota and Montana, I always mix up the M's every once in a while. When I'm talking fast, I'm like, M State, oh, Montana. Wait, no, that's Missouri. I do that a lot. Old Todd says, let's see here. I have a little, appreciate all the work you do. Well, thank you so much, Old Todd. Really appreciate it. Will Dallas-Fort Worth still have any much after being downgraded? What do you mean? You mean like any more activity after that cold front moves through? Yeah, basically what happens is once that cold front moves through, then your chances basically die out. Let's see. This is for the 7th. Why is this going back so far? What? Yeah, there we go. That's what I want to look for. Maybe this one right here. Okay, first system rolls through. Second system rolls through there. Yeah. Let's see here. But anyways, that is that's that here. Yeah, you can start to see that cold front developing on the last scans of the NAM model, the NAM 3-kilometer model. You can see that right there. That's kind of that boundary starting to form out of that little system. Snow kicking up there. Yeah, this is the Valentine's Day event here. You can see this guy. This low pressure system will kick through starting actually tonight. Which if I switch over here, satellite view. Let's roll some frames here for a minute. 200. We'll move this back to mosaic radar. let's see. We could probably see that rotation kicking off. Yeah, you can. Oh, yeah, you can very obviously see that rotation. So look right here. So that little spinny you see right there, that's the Valentine's Day event here. And this is going to continue tracking eastward, eventually kicking up here. Yeah, so you can already start to see that popping off there on the radar, or yeah, the radar view, mosaic, national radar essentially. But yeah, you can start to see that rotation that starting to kick off here. Like I said, we take this into the future, and you can see where that rotation ends up. Remember, down here in the south we were just looking at, you see that rotation move through? Then obviously that kicks up, kicks some snow up. Then we get another little disturbance, another low pressure system. What we call an area of divergence, kicking off and tracking eastward. And then that new boundary starts to fire off there. So that's going to be the one that's kicking off that activity. So why am I saying, or why I'm saying is that National Weather Service hasn't put Lincoln, Nebraska specifically in a watch due to the fact that there's not enough confidence to how much snow we'll see. So basically, right now, yeah, you're essentially right. I mean, but mostly I'd say 1 to 3 inches with locally higher amounts up to 4 being possible is a good probability. I'd say you're probably going to be put under a winter weather advisory when that is needed. They usually don't put advisories out until like 24 hours before the event, I think, or less. Same thing with winter storm warnings, I believe. You know, like I said, once again, for 36 hours out, I think that's when they issue the watches, and for 24 hours. I mean, we still have this first event to move through. This is definitely going to be, like I said, obviously this is definitely going to be past 24 hours, essentially. So that's the reason you're not in that watch right now, or because it's not needed for one, because you're probably going to be in that boundary where just an advisory is needed. You know, and they issue those essentially, you know, just before it happens. Let's see here. But yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about here. Dylan says, y'all could learn a lot from that man. So if you're doing, or if you're new to doing severe weather coverage, you might want to learn his stream 100% for you. Well, thank you, Dylan. Scott says, hi, what's up, Scott? Let's see. Katie said, I definitely agree. Andrew is always right on the weather. I don't trust anyone else. Very grateful for him. Well, thank you, Katie. That's nice of you. Monica says, how about Louisiana? Sorry, just got on here. No problem. So Louisiana does have a severe weather risk here, as you can see. It depends on where you're at in Louisiana. However, basically most of the state is at risk here. So areas here in Louisiana does have a severe weather risk here for Wednesday. So we're going to get a low pressure system kicking through. Cold front's going to move. As the cold front moves eastward, so does that severe weather front along with it. So essentially, you are going to be getting the possibility for some severe weather on Wednesday, and then it moves into basically the far northeastern side. I guess that's what you call it. I call it southeastern side. The far southeastern side of Louisiana. Obviously, right there for like the areas just north of New Orleans. Kind of that's what I'm looking at, you know. But anyways, but yeah, so watch out for it. Definitely is, definitely is something that we're going to need to watch out for. Chad said, does Wednesday still look worse than Thursday? Personally, I think so. Now, Thursday covers more ground than Wednesday, meaning there's more of a possibility for severe weather over a much larger area on Thursday versus Wednesday. But Wednesday is a little bit more isolated, a little bit more closer together, but has more available energy. If any days is going to get upgraded, I think it's probably going to be on Wednesday. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm looking at there. I mean, like I said, we take a look here back at the models and stuff like that. I mean, just to give you all a good reference of things here, we move back over towards, southern Texas area, and you can actually see, like I said, we take a look at that mixed layer instability. Basically, just simply that energy that the thunderstorms eat up to use to work. And like I said, typically values over 500 is what you want to look for severe weather starting to happen, and anything over 1,000 is like good. And like I said, in this case, across Texas, we have like nearly over 2,000 being possible here, which is definitely a little interesting. And especially there towards that Dallas area has like that big pocket of instability. It's not just the ECMWF, it's also the NAM model that's supporting this too. But then, like I said, you can see as we track our way further out in this event here, how all that instability once again kicks up there towards Texas, but then it kind of really thins out for Thursday. You can see how that values are a lot less and kind of under 1,000 for most areas. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I think that Wednesday has the biggest potential. More severe weather. I think really areas in like Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana. But for Thursday there, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It just depends on how much energy pulls north. But that winds are going to be stronger, I believe, on Thursday. So, but we'll see. You know, as that low pressure system kicks up, it's going to pull a lot harder, pulling a lot more stronger. Let's see. Hello again. Yep, uneventful weather does indeed occur. Stay safe, or safe but boring. Yours from the UK. Well, what's up, Catherine? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Well, I sure do. Thank you. No problem. Live in New Liberia. All right, cool. Absolutely. Let's see. Do I think that day 3 slight risk will get expanded? So day 3 being on Wednesday. Let's switch back here. So yeah, for Wednesday here. Do I think it's going to be expanded? Probably not. I really don't think so. Let's switch. Hold on. We'll move back here really quickly. So we got to compare this. So obviously Wednesday ends at 04Z Eastern. Well, Eastern time anyway. So 04Z Zulu, which will be midnight Eastern, 11 o'clock p.m. Central. That's when I officially call it the end of Wednesday. However, that at that point, it really shows that energy remaining kind of across that area where the Storm Prediction Center has it. So I don't think so as of now. I don't think it's possible. Let's see here. How much snow for Flagstaff or Phoenix? You mean here in Arizona? Okay, we'll move back to the blend here. We'll pull up local here. Obviously to Arizona. So Flagstaff and those regions, Flagstaff, Phoenix. So as of the blend, once again, this is just a mixture of models here. Just not just one model. This is just kind of a whole bunch of models kind of throwing together here essentially. However, Flagstaff, wow, yeah, Flagstaff looks like it might. Is it snowing now for you? It kind of looks like it is. Yeah, I guess it is, huh? Let me pull up local radar. You can see that on the left-hand side of the screen there, Flagstaff. It looks like it's snowing south of Flagstaff there. Yeah, Phoenix looks kind of dry, but anyways, I mean, according to the blend here, hey, I mean, maybe a decent amount you can see there. Maybe up to maybe locally to a foot, maybe a little more. That's interesting. Let's see GFS though. Total snowfall out of this. The GFS does yeah. Honestly, that kind of plays out there. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, that's kind of a really difficult area to forecast though. But I'd say it looks probable. A decent amount could be possible there. But yeah, there's the radar view right now. Don't look like too much is happening there. But that also could be because of blockage from the radar. Interesting. Let's see. Betsy says, how about Columbia, South Carolina? That's a good question. So, there's going to be the possibility there for the possible concern maybe of some strong storms. I think that's quite probable. If we switch over here to the main model here, back here looking at precipitation type and rate and stuff. So first system rolls through here. This is the system I was telling you. Columbia, you see that cold front moving through maybe around the early morning hours. Probably not going to have enough energy because typically in the morning time, there's not enough energy available because obviously nighttime cooling. I don't think there's going to be enough available energy for really anything too crazy. I mean, it can happen theoretically, but let's see. We'll grab a sounding. Look at the mix layer cape real quickly. Yeah, ML cape's at 0. I don't think so. Maybe just normal saturation. Maybe just what I mean by that is maybe just a possibility there of that's far out. Maybe just a possibility there of nothing more than just some heavy rain, probably for the morning there of Friday, from what it looks like. But other than that, that's that for you. Let's see here. Rain says, I think Wednesday and Thursday could both stay in the slight risk. If an enhanced risk is introduced, probably be for Wednesday, if it were to happen. Probably. I think that Wednesday could definitely see an enhanced risk. Thursday, I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm starting to pull back on Thursday a bit because, like I said, all that instability seems to be fading out quite a bit. I mean, according to the latest models. Now, I'm gonna wait till the low, the close range, the short range and the mid range models come out to give me more ideas on it. But yeah. Do I foresee Wednesday being upgraded to an enhanced risk? I'd say it's quite probable. I would say it is quite probable. I mean, like I said, we take a look here over to Wednesday. I mean, instability values. I mean, it's just kind of high, there. Let's see, NamNest. I don't know. Yeah, this goes out that far. Yeah, according to the NAM model, though, this one shows a lot of that capping a bit. Let's see, how strong is that cap? Yeah, no. According to NamNest, it does kind of show maybe a little moderate cap in place. But once again, it also just depends on what model you look at, because you look at the wrap model and it doesn't show hardly anything. That's the thing. The models are still in somewhat disagreement mode, but I mean, yeah, there's plenty enough energy available. Let's see here. Good thing is this event is not going to be as severe as initially thought. Kind of seems that way, but it still could pack a punch. When should we see anything bad in Seminole, Oklahoma? Let's see here. I'm gonna look up that region there for you. I've heard of Seminole many times. I just can't tell you. Or maybe it was Seminole, Florida. Okay, this is east of Oklahoma City. So you can see here, basically late Wednesday. Yeah, that instability moves its way up there towards you. So possibly, I mean, you might be able to see some storms late Wednesday. I'd say it's quite possible. But the Storm Prediction Center, though, right now, I mean, they do have you in that risk there. So, yeah, watch out for late Wednesday. Maybe some thunderstorm activity could be possible. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye out for it, my friend. But anyways, like I said, if you guys have any questions, I mean, feel free to let us know. If there's anything we can do for you guys, like I said, please make sure that you let me know. I'm going to turn it off. It's quite blinding. Like I said, if y'all have a personal forecast, if you guys want a zip code for me to look at, let me know, please. Like I said, I'm here for you. I want to make sure you guys are staying safe out there and prepared. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing the final update, the final live stream, the final forecast live stream on this event here. Because then, obviously, we're going to have to go from forecasting to live coverage. So, yeah, we're going to be out from the boat here in the next day or so. But tomorrow will mark the last one. Golden says, I heard the storm after Thursdays could be stronger with severe weather. There's been a few models that supported maybe another system happening. But I'm going to wait for this system to move through before I even mention that. What is my thoughts on a moderate risk on Thursday? I don't really think that's possible. I mean, it's always possible, but I don't think... I think it's unlikely. That's what I think. I think it max enhanced, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. Depends. Will I be live Wednesday and Thursday? Definitely Thursday. Wednesday, I'm going to try to be live. Like I said, my girlfriend's coming out here. She'll be coming in tomorrow for late Valentine's, and she'll be here for a week. So the 15th is whenever this is going to really kick off. I'm going to try to spend some time. I want to spend time with her, but I'm going to, if it comes down to it where I need to do some coverage, I will. If it gets really bad. Thursday, I'm taking off, though. I think I got my mom and my girlfriend to go do something on Thursday, so I think that this will be a good time for us to go over this event. So definitely Thursday, we'll be live for you guys. But anyways, that's that. I'm gonna try my best. We're gonna be live for obviously as much as possible. But we'll see. I'll probably end up going live Wednesday. I just want to see you guys. I mean, I'd rather you guys be safe out there and stuff like that, That I would. Let's see here. Golden says, will there be any watches going out? Let's see here. Will there be any watches going out for Tennessee on Thursday? So, maybe. It's still a little early for that, but since you're in that risk there for Thursday, possibly. Yeah, it's probably likely. Anyways. But that is kind of what we're seeing here. But once again, everybody, well, I think we're getting ready to head off here. We've been live here a little over an hour. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if y'all are new. Once again, if you guys would like to support the channel, we have our donation link. Actually, no, we don't. We don't have our donation link in the description. I got rid of that link there. If you guys would like to support the channel, we have our merchandise down below. Or if you guys would like to send a super chat, we have the little dollar icon there in the chat. Like I said, if you guys want to help us out, with the funds and stuff for the programs and all, like I said, don't worry about it if you can't. If obviously, I get it. But like I said, I mean, just thank you all for being here. That's the whole reason of this is obviously, keeping you guys up to date and stuff like that. But that's that, my friends. But, just know that that's there if you guys would like to help us out and stuff like that. But once again, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and leaving a like. It'll be greatly appreciated, my friends. Once again, thank you all so much for joining us. Once again, tomorrow, we're going to be doing yet again another... like I said, we are going to do yet again another live stream for the final forecast. That'll be tomorrow night. And then after that, then we'll have to kick it into coverage mode, my friend. Going from forecast mode, kicking into coverage. Which is, like I said, once again, Thursday for sure. Wednesday is a probably. Because, like I said, obviously, my girlfriend's coming down. Let's see here. But anyways, Betsy says, thank you so much for the update. No problem. Renee says, like and share button. Well, thank you so much there. Really appreciate it, Renee. Old Todd says, have a good one. You too. Thank you so much for joining us. You absolutely rock. Caden says, thank you for the stream. No problemo. You are very, very welcome. Well, the video watchers going out for... Okay, I just looked at that. I already read that comment. But, all right, my friends. Once again, thank you all so much for joining us. You guys absolutely rock. Love all of you guys. Please stay safe out there. Like I said, we'll keep y'all informed. We know what the gist and the latest info and stuff like that. Obviously, I want to make sure you guys are staying up to date. All that fun stuff. But anyways, my friends, we'll catch you guys sometime here for tomorrow. Anyways, my friends, I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your night. Get some good rest here tonight. And, all right, my friends, well, the stream's going to head off here in about 3 minutes. So if you have anything to say to your friends and family, go ahead and do that if they are in the chat. And until next time, my friends, later on tomorrow, we'll catch you guys then. All right, guys, thank you once again all so much for joining us. Stay safe out there. Love y'all, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, my friends. See you then.
Winds were south at 7 miles an hour. The pressure was 29.93 inches and steady. And in downtown Shreveport, skies were partly cloudy. The temperature was 62 degrees. And winds were south at 3 miles an hour. Once again in Shreveport, it was 59 degrees with mostly cloudy skies at 7 p.m. Around the local area at 7 p.m., in Texarkana, cloudy and 60. Wind southeast at 5 miles an hour.
Proxy, thank you so much.
Cloudy and 54.
Yeah, Proxy, seriously, you did not have to do that. Thank you for the super chat again. You absolutely rock, Proxy. Thank you so much. I had to come back on to say that. That's super nice of you. Proxy, big shout out goes to you. Thank you so much. And, all right, my friends, have a good night. Once again, Proxy, you rock. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, my friends, see you then.
Dallas, cloudy and 60. Oklahoma City, cloudy and 57. Little Rock, cloudy and 58. Jackson, Mississippi, clear and 55. Baton Rouge, partly cloudy and 62. And at Houston, mostly cloudy and 63 degrees. For the most current information, check us out on the web at www.weather.gov/SHP. Around the local area at 8 p.m., in Texarkana, cloudy and 61. Wind south at 7 miles an hour. El Dorado, mostly cloudy and 53. Wind calm. Monroe, partly cloudy and 53. Wind calm. Natchitoches, partly cloudy and 52. Wind calm. And at Longview, mostly cloudy and 56 degrees. Wind southeast at 3 miles an hour. Elsewhere across the four-state area, over at Dallas, cloudy and 60. Oklahoma City, cloudy and 54. Little Rock, cloudy and 54. Jackson, Mississippi, clear and 52. Baton Rouge, partly cloudy and 62. And at Houston, mostly cloudy and 61 degrees. For the most current information, check us out on the web at www.weather.gov/SHP. The Shreveport Climate Summary for this evening, as of 4 p.m., February 13th, 2023. Today's high temperature was 71 degrees. The normal high is 62. The record high is 82 degrees, which was last set in 1962. Today